sir, from my side. Shall I proceed?
Okay, sir.
Yes, now, sir, Gandhil, sir, you can start now, given live.
Welcome to everybody. Our regular training program starts now. This is the time when our leaders make our special address. Now I invite our Delta President JC Rotarian PR Ilangovan for field address. Sir, floor is yours.
Yes, good evening to one and all. Greetings to all. Today, this is 697th day of our online seminar. Today hosted, jointly presented Delta Entrepreneur Federation with JCI Salem Super Kings, June 17. So you see, every day we bring best personalities and to conduct the seminar on the very good topic. Today topic also is a wonderful topic, E2E, very nice topic. So today our faculty, Mr. JFS Aravind Bandulo, yes, he is a professional zone trainer. Also, he is president 2022 JCI Voltaire Zone, Zone 15, Zone 15. So we warm welcome, sir, on behalf of Delta Entrepreneur Federation and on behalf of JCs, all JCs. And also we are warm welcome today our chief guest and our senior, and we are proudly and eagerly waiting his wonderful address on this occasion. Mr. JC Senator KV Ratinam, PNP 1994, JCI India, LOM, JCI Voltaire, Zone 15. So we warm welcome, sir, on behalf of Delta Entrepreneur Federation as well as all JCs. We are happy to receive and welcome you, sir. Also, today I am recognized and welcome our today chairperson as well as today JCI Salem Super Kings Zone 17 President JC Hajijf G Pavitra to carry over this successful seminar in great way and successful way. Also, I am appreciating and recognizing our General Secretary, who has on the daily coordinating the great manner and good way this seminar. Also, the great support extending to his this arrangement by our Vice President, Auditor, JC PS Moganagaris. Also, I am warm welcome Taberika TV founder and who has this lives globally to enable to watch such a wonderful program. Also, and this Taberika TV representative Pondi also is now is present with, I think so. Yeah, he said in our meeting. So I am welcome Manadal, who is on the watching in online and in different platform. Particularly, I want to recognize even this joined now this meeting to their presence very valuable here. Particularly, I'm say yes, Induja Madam joined and Rajesh Babu sir and JC Ajit Bahuna and JC Nitya and JC Sivasankaran. Yes, okay. Yeah, JC Sivasankaran and yes, Nidarsana and Tamilarvad Tanmanam. So warm welcome, and also the great starting almost we can tell the quote 50% of work finished such a way this a great way this started this seminar. So we successful for great seminar. I am Again, I'm handing this floor to our General Secretary, Gandhilal sir.
Thank you. As responsible. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I kindly invite JC G. Pavitra, President of GCI Salem Super Kings, to take as a chairperson and continue this program. Madam, warm welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Delta Entrepreneurs Federation, Delta Clubhouse, joined with America TV and JC Salem Super Kings, 697th day of training session hereby called to order. JC Creed by JC Sri Lakshmi.
We believe that faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life, that the brotherhood of man transcends the sovereignty of nations, that economic justice can best be owned by free men through free enterprise, that government should be of laws rather than of men, that Earth's great treasure lies in human personality, that service to humanity is the best work of life.
A warm good evening to everyone gathered here. It's my surprise packed privilege to chair this 697th day training in the presence of our today's chief guest, PNP JC Senator K. Ratnam sir. I'm honored and proud to welcome you to today's program, sir. I happily welcome founder cum president JC Rotarian P.R. Ilangovan, sir, and zone coordinator SMA of Zone 18, JC HGF Gandhi Lenin, sir, Vice President JC Mohana Harish, sir, founder of the America TV, Mr. Mahesh Natanai, sir. I'm much privileged to welcome today's faculty, JFS Aravind Bandhan, today's trainer from JCI Walter. I also welcome all the participants who have gathered here for the session from around the globe. Thank you. I invite JC Nadarshana for a pleasant task.
Good evening, everyone. He actually associated with Junior Chamber. He took his training in 1989 as a director. He served as director PR and editor of Challenge National Magazine in 1990. He took his training in 1991 as a national vice president. He became a national faculty search chairman in 1992 and 1993. He also became a national president of Junior Chamber in 1994 with 14,000 members all over the country. He international vice president in 1995 and in charge of 26 states of United States of America, including the Hawaii Island. He also chaired and conduct programs in Latin America, in Paraguay, and officers training seminar in Korea, and travel extensively all over India, 11 nations in Europe, all over the Asia and USA and South America. He is a certified national trainer in India since 1985. He graduated at the Philippines in 1981 as JCI University Prime Graduate. He also graduated at Singapore in 1994 as JCI University Excel Graduate. He also graduated at the JCI Academy at Pope in Japan in 1993. He invited to the United Nations 15th anniversary at New York in 1995. He trained officers of the United States JC in Tulsa, National President of Asia Pacific countries at Korea, at Officers Training Seminar, National Academy of Leadership and Administration, Nalanda, Academy of Business Leadership and Excellence, National Train, and he trained and seminars, Profit and President Academy. Now he took on his family business in construction, hardware, and allied products, consultant to European, Japanese, and American organization for the business in India. He did his bachelor technology in electronic and telecommunication engineering and masters in industrial engineering. He was former executive at Bila Steel Plant and Visakhapatnam Steel Plant. He is a versatile person, and I also welcome JC Senator KV Ratnam. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. You're reminding my past.
Yes.
Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nadarshana. It's my privilege to welcome our today's chief guest to address the gathering.
Thank you, my dear friends who have logged into this wonderful program. I know JC Arvind Bandaru because he is the long president of our chapter Voltaire, JCI Voltaire. He is a blue-eyed boy of the chapter for his high commitment, sincerity, and uprightness. Now, today's program, E to E, employee to entrepreneur, is not just a subject that Arvind read somewhere and is going to read out. His life has also traveled from employee to entrepreneur. Today, he's a successful water technology engineer who has so many projects on his hand. And I know whatever he is going to tell you, he's going to tell you from his heart. And they are proud of having such a president. The new zone trainer and is already highly committed because he is telling from his heart, not from any book. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I'm blessed to be mixing with such a young generation of enthusiasts who have come here to learn. Tomorrow, I'm leaving for the 17th NTTS at Coimbatore, and already 36 participants are eagerly waiting to be graduated as national trainers. Every NTTS we make is new. And this year also, we are going to add new things which normal trainers have not seen. Arvind, I wish you all the best for this nice program. And please keep doing more and more, because the more you do, the more flexible you will become. Wish you all the best. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be the guest for this wonderful program. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. And we welcome you to Zone 17 tomorrow, sir.
Thank you.
I invite JC Nitya for a pleasant task.
He completed his engineering in bioinformatics from Anna University, Chennai in the year 2010 and did his master's in business administration from Githam Institute of Management in 2012. Later, he worked as manager operation in a US-based company called Wellspring Resources with a group of IIT Rocky team. He has got wide experience in project handling, development, analysis, overseeing engineering, construction of water and wastewater treatment plants. In year 2015, he has founded a company called WaterMax Technologies, which is into manufacturing of water and waste treatment equipment. In a very short time, the company started supplying water treatment plants across India and in African countries like Zambia and Kenya. He has successfully completed 256 plus commercial and industrial projects. His company is nominated in India Best 5,000 Startups. WaterMax has a strong business association with companies like Bisleri, Medicover Hospitals, Vishaka Container Terminal, Vasista Pharma, NHVS, etc. He is an active member in Indian Water Quality Association, past president in Business Network International. He joined JCI Movement in the year 2019, served as vice president in the year 2020, served as LO secretary for the year 2021, attended 3 lots, 3 zone cons, completed ZTWS in the year 2021. He was awarded with JCI's prestigious Kamalapatra Award in the year 2019. He is also an active member in CII, MSME, and BNI. Happily married to Priya and blessed with a boy baby. I feel happy to introduce JFS Arvind Bandaru before you all. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Nitya. Now I request our today's trainer for a special moment, and the floor is officially handed over to JC Arvind Bandaru. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, JC HGF Pavitra ji. And thank you so much, Ratnam sir, for the wonderful gesture. and today's chief guest. I need to thank Mohan Krishna sir. Ellarku vanakkam. I can speak Tamil, but இப்போ English lo pesalam. So I'd like to speak in English only. So we'll start the session. Is my screen visible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, it's
So
immediate,
how
sir.
many of you want to be rich? How many of you want to have this big bungalows and like the cars that you have seen here, like these Lamborghinis? How many of you want to be financially free, to financially be independent? You can type yes if you want to be on your chat box. Most of us, right? Wonderful. So many want to be rich. Fantastic, fantastic. So everyone want to have these bigger bungalows and like these bigger houses with like these cars and like financially free. So I want to ask you a simple question. Have you seen any employee in India like working for so much time and buying these bigger bungalows and like cars and financially independent? Have you seen at least one? You can type in the chat box, yes or no. Have you seen anyone, like who are working for someone? A very few? Okay. Fantastic. So no. So most of us, like who are working for some company and buying cars and bigger and financially independent, I think, like it's a $1 million question again. So who actually can buy this thing, like bigger bungalows and this thing? And who can become financially independent? One who do business and one who become an entrepreneur. So like today's topic is how you can be from an employee to an entrepreneur. That is going to be the topic today. So why entrepreneurship? Like in majority of the cases in Indian community, what we are all taught in our schools and colleges and at your homes. So be a, like study well. Once you study well, you will get a good salary. You can be placed in a good MNC and you will get a 9-digit or 10-digit salary at some point of time in your life. That is what we are all taught, right? In our Indian community. Is that right? So most of us were taught in the same way, right? So what are, like we are all like, what is this mob? This is a mob of sheep, right? So you can see the mob of sheep here, right? So we are all like that because we were told like that at a course of time. So you have to study well only to get a job. Even like people who graduated from IIMs and IITs, they were also taught the same thing. Just be an employee, like at some point of time you get a good job. Is that what we are studied for? So we are all motivated, like in the same way, be an employee. Why to become an entrepreneur? It's very risky. The success rate is very less, like, but you don't even give an attempt. So you always blindly follow to become an employee. So what happens, like when you're an entrepreneur, this is what you become a lion. So because you don't follow like that sheep, like employees, like in majority of the cases, you want to be this lion. So what is the major difference between an employee and an entrepreneur? Can someone, like elaborate what happens, like what is the major difference between an employee and an entrepreneur? You can type or you can unmute yourself and you can tell me. This can be mostly an interactive session. What happens, like when you're an entrepreneur and when you're an employee, what is the major difference? What are the major difference? Or you can type.
Sir, this is Bahuguna, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah, employee is in the place of receiving and entrepreneur is in the place of giving.
Wonderful, fantastic, wonderful, super, ma'am. Wonderful. Is there anybody who want to add some more things? Fantastic point.
And the employee, there is a relationship between the employer and employee.
Yes, sir.
Regarding this entrepreneur, he is the leader and he gives more opportunities to others, employment opportunities.
Fantastic, sir. Fantastic. Wonderful, sir. Is there anyone who want to join? add something, like what is the major difference between an entrepreneur and an employee? So, like an employee basically invests his time so that he gets money. Whereas, like an entrepreneur basically, he works and he'll be paid later at a course of time. So, like basically, say for example, if an employee, I focus as a lecturer, I focus only on English subject or on a maths. If I work for an IT company, I have a specialized. So I'll be specialized in Oracle or in C++ or Java or in Python. Whereas, like once you become an entrepreneur, you need to do multitasking. In an employee, you basically focus on a single specialization. Whereas when you become an entrepreneur, you basically have to do, you are the one who have to do the financing. You are the one who have to do, take care of your sales. You have to take care of your marketing. So these are all, like major differences between an entrepreneur and an employee. So basically, if you are an employee, you can be just an employee. Whereas if you are an entrepreneur, you can actually create employment for several people. You are basically changing an entire sector at some point of time. So we'll discuss more about, so just to set a benchmark. So today we are going to see what are all the different qualities that are basically required to be an entrepreneur. So, like once you're an employee, you want to become an entrepreneur. What are all the questions that you need to ask as an employee? When can I actually become an entrepreneur? So we are going to discuss all these things. What are all the qualities and what questions that we need to ask when you want to become an entrepreneur from an employee? And there are several other videos which we are going to visualize. So we are going to discuss. So, like this is the major discussion that comes into your mind. People say, like he's a businessman. Some people say he's an entrepreneur. Like both earns money at some point of time. Even a business person earns money and an entrepreneur earns money. So can someone tell me what is the basic difference? With an example, you can tell me what is the basic difference between an entrepreneur and a business person. You can just unmute yourself, or if you can even type on your box, on your chat box, either of it. If you have no idea, you can even type on the chat box so that so we are not going to waste our times. Yeah. I'd request someone to give a random answer. There's nothing right or wrong in this world. You can just give a random answer. What is that? What is that comes into your mind when you hear an entrepreneurship or a business person? What a businessman? What is that?
So entrepreneurship, he involves himself
Okay.
as a startup or with more innovative ideas.
Okay.
Whereas businessman, he will be dealing whether he is a wholesaler or retailer, buying and selling of goods or services.
Fantastic, sir. Mohan Krishna, sir. Fantastic. I have seen answers. He's an entrepreneur, is a creator, and basically a business person is a follower. Fantastic, Nityaji. So I see. I'll give you a brief example. Say, for example, a farmer who is growing bananas. Okay. So at some point of time, we have to sell those bananas in the market. So basically, that will be brought by a business person. Say, for example, a farmer is selling at the rate of 2 rupees and the business person have bought it at the rate of 3 rupees. So he sells to Nityaji at the rate of 4 rupees. Say, for example, so he makes a profit of 1 rupee. That is what a business person do, right? So what does an entrepreneur do in this case? Say, for example, Mohan Krishna sir ji, he have bought the same bananas at the rate of 2 rupees. And basically, he have bought a mixture and he have created a milkshake, a banana milkshake, and he sold at the rate of 30 rupees. He made a margin of 28 rupees. So he did not sell from one person to another person. He have created something out of it and he sold, right? This is what, like an entrepreneur basically creates something. Say, for example, you give a steel sheet to a business person at the rate of 4 rupees. He sells some to some X person at 7 rupees. He makes a margin of 1 rupee. That is what a business person do. Whereas an entrepreneur, if he gets the same steel sheet, he creates a simple object, something, like a car or like a bike or something, or a cycle itself, or a simple small object, and sells at the rate of 30 or 40 rupees. So an entrepreneur creates something new. So like this is basically in a simple example, this is basically a difference between an entrepreneur and a business person. So from now onwards, we'll talk about entrepreneurs, because we have, so in business you'll not have that much creativity which is involved. So we talk more about entrepreneurship, right? Yes. So why entrepreneurship? Why we have to do entrepreneur? Why we can just be an employee? We can just sit at home, like go to a company, like work from 9 to 9, like you can do that. Why entrepreneurship? Is that really needed? Can someone say why actually, if somebody is an employee here and if he has an aspiration to be an entrepreneur, why actually you want to be an entrepreneur? So can someone, like can throw a light? I don't say, like I have shown you in the first slide, you want to buy big bungalows and, like cars, and you want to be financially free. That's basically a byproduct. So you can give me any answer, like why you want to be an entrepreneur. Or you can type it on chat box. Somebody is passionate and individually interested. Fantastic.
To create employment opportunities.
To create, exactly, fantastic, wonderful, sir. Yes, fantastic. So what happens, like, once you are an employee, you can just be an employee. Once you're an entrepreneur, you can change the livelihood of several people. And like you come to an entrepreneurship to solve a particular problem. What is that problem you are basically solving? And like sometimes you can, so people say you can go for army and all. So even entrepreneurship is also a great thing to the nation, because you are actually changing the livelihood of several people. You are increasing the GDP, right? Is that right? So, like this can be one of the reasons. Sometimes, like a whole sector can be changed. Take an example of Ola. Like all those days, like people were going, like once you want to hire a car, we used to go to call taxi or this thing. So once, like Ola has come, like they don't even own a single car, but they are actually providing the car facility to travel from one place to another. It has changed the complete sector. So which has created a lot of employment. Like once you become an entrepreneur, you can basically change the whole sector at some times. So once you have fixed it, so I don't want to be an employee anymore. I don't want to work for someone's goal. Like you want to become an entrepreneur. So what are all the qualities that you need to have to become an entrepreneur? So we'll be discussing what are all the qualities that are required to become an entrepreneur. The first thing is you need to have a vision. So you all see this feather, right? You all see this feather. What happens when you leave a feather? Like you have placed the feather here, and once you leave it, it just drops. Or, like once there is a wind that is blowing from the east or west, if it is blowing from the east, it goes to the west. It is blowing from the north, it goes to the south. That's what happened. So like once you have committed that you want to be an entrepreneur, but you don't have a goal, what is that one problem that you are solving? You don't have a goal that you want to be this, you become like that. Your goal has to be like an arrow. Once you leave an arrow, what happens? It basically goes directly to that spot and it hits it in what direction you leave. So your goal has to be like an arrow, not like a feather. So say, for example, my friend is doing this job. Let me go and join in this X company. Or say, for example, Mohan Krishna ji. So say, for example, he's doing tires business. He's making good money. Let me also do this tires business. It should not be like that. You need to have that goal. So the important quality to be an entrepreneur, you need to have that certain goal. So we are going to discuss, like take an example of Siddharth. So Siddharth, like we all heard this company called Cave Coffee Day, right? We all heard this company. So, like in the initial stages where we used to drink coffee or tea in 1990s, like we have this small, very chotas, small shops at the corner of this streets at a very unhygiene place with a very unhygiene weather. You don't know whether those glasses are washed or not. We used to sit at those tables and we used to drink that coffee and we used to pay 2 rupees. So Siddharth have that vision. He has that vision, like we have to create a great ambience for our customers. Maybe it's set at a better price, but you have to give a different kinds of experience. We'll provide AC for them. We'll provide free Wi-Fi for them. We'll provide books for them to read and have let's have these chit chats or these meetings across a cave coffee, across a coffee, and let's discuss. This was his goal. Like when he started his business, it was nothing, but he had created empire at a course of time. Take an example of your Captain Gopinath. We all became a fan of him, right? So what his vision is to make at least 1 billion of people to fly. The CEO of Deccan Airlines, right? So people were actually for majority of the people in 90s, like we have a dream of maybe our fathers have a dream, at least in once in a lifetime, can I travel in flight? So that was the dream for everyone. So his goal, his vision is to make at least 1 billion to travel in flights. Those days hardly like a 10 lakh or 5 lakh people were basically traveling in flights. For them at that point of time, like the Indian community, hardly they travel in trains or rickshaws or this thing. So he have gone out of this thing. So his vision was to provide flights at a very cheaper rate. That was his goal at that point of time. Kiran Majumdar Shah, the CEO of Biocon, she was basically a brewmaster. She have completed her brewing in Australia, and she came back to India. At that point of time, ladies were not into brewing, this fermentation and manufacturing of alcohol. Nobody were there at that point of time. Especially women were not involved at that point of time. She was going here and there. Later, she thought, let me be an entrepreneur. Let me create something new. Then she got collaborated with the Irish company, and they basically, then she started manufacturing of enzymes. To scale up, she went to every bank here and there, but nobody have encouraged. Then this Irish company, the CEO has given some amount, and she have developed the company. So now Biocon is one of the leading pharmaceutical companies in India. So she has that vision to make it. They started manufacturing oral cancer drugs and all. So she always have that vision. So as an entrepreneur, what is that one vision you have? What is that one goal you want to do that? So the major quality of an entrepreneur is to have a goal, is to have a vision. The second thing is problem solving. What is that? This has to be, once you have a vision, the second question, what is that one problem that you are solving? We all make idli dosa, right, in South India, right? Idli, sambar, we all eat, right, dosa and all. This one company called ID, it has identified, say for example, there is a mill nearby. Today, Amma did not prepare batter, but you want to have idli or dosa. What did you do? You basically go to a nearby mill and buy because they basically take 2 or 3 rupees at once upon a time, and they used to make that batter and give it to you. So this is what you used to do. What was the problem? Because the kid, or you want to have idli, you don't want to have a meal because you are becoming obese. So you want to have a tiffin. So what you do is you go to a nearby this thing. At sometimes he might be there or the mill might be closed. So there was a problem that was identified by the founder ID, and he have started selling batter, idli batter and dosa batter. So you can just buy from a supermarket and you can basically create dosa or vada. So an entrepreneur need to first identify what is that one problem that you want to solve. Take an example of Swiggy. This guy is basically from Vijayawada, from Andhra Pradesh. So, like in majority of the tier 1, tier 2 cities like Chennai or Bangalore or in Delhi, what happens is, like to run the livelihood, both wife and husband, both men or women have to work in a X company. They have to work to basically survive, right? So at this point of time, say for example, in Mumbai, once you start at 9 o'clock, once you start at 4 o'clock, you reach your office only at 9. So you hardly take 4 or 5 hour journey. So to start at 4 o'clock, at some point of time, you may not cook and all. So there was a problem. And like once you come back, you are very tired from office. You cannot go to a restaurant and have food or this thing. So there was a problem that has been identified by Swiggy. So let us not own a single hotel. Let's basically create an app and make it user friendly. Give a call. What you do on a lazy Sunday, you just call, like the Swiggy guy, and he gets the food for you. So he have identified that the, like for majority of the tier 1 to tier 2 people, in working people, they cannot buy food. They cannot go to a restaurant. On a lazy Sunday, they cannot go to a restaurant or they cannot prepare their food. So that was a problem that was identified and has been served. So you, as an entrepreneur, you have to solve the problem. This has to be one of your second quality. So next quality we will be discussing innovation. To become an entrepreneur, you need to have that one quality, innovation. Say for example, go back to your 1990s. We all say, for example, in 90s or 80s, Ratnam sir can say it better. Like at some point of time, if he wants to listen a song, what does he do? He either get a tape recorder or from a radio. We used to keep a song. We used to listen to that song, right? At the course of time, that comes into a CD. We all in 90s or in 2000, we have there we want to listen to a song, only one song we used to get it. Say for example, any X song you cannot hear. So what, and 2000 you have the CD players where 30 songs can fit into a CD player. Then this company called Apple, which has come with 10,000 songs in a very small device, iPod, right? Say you can click any song just by shuffling. So this company has come up with out of the box. Steve Jobs has come up with a complete different thought, right? This is called innovation. You have to, as a company, you have to come up with something innovative. So you might be asking, okay, sir, let me don't innovate. I have set up a company. I'm doing business. So what happens if I don't innovate? I'll give you a simple example. We all remember Nokia, right? So Nokia was a market leader at some point of time at 2000. They were selling Moonlight cell phone. So they were aggressive. They were pioneer in selling Nokia phones. At some point of time, they did not innovate. And these competitors like Samsung, they started innovation. They started innovating their products. And do you find Nokia phones now? We have MI, like OnePlus, there are iPhone, there are so many phones are there, right? Did you see Nokia now? No, right?
No.
So at the course of time, when you don't innovate as an entrepreneur, no more in the market. Monopoly market.
Sorry to interrupt. Somebody's voice is heard other than you, sir. So
I request the members to please go on mute. You will be given a chance for sure. Then you can give your valuable suggestions or your feedbacks. I request members to please go on mute. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. So, like you find this company called Kodak, right? So Kodak basically used to make these reels. When you see our Amma and Appa's album, you'll find these photos, right? Those are all made by Kodak cameras and all. So at some point of time, that was the only company which used to make these reels. So Kodak was in somewhere in blue sky. Then the digital market has emerged, digital photography. Slowly companies like Canon and Sony, they started coming into market. The Kodak people, like the sales people used to say there is a huge competition. The Kodak never listened. We are monopoly. We are huge. We are like Mount Everest. Nobody can even touch our market. The margins that we are making, nobody can touch us. But what happened at a course of time? Is Kodak there? There's no company called Kodak now. Once if they can innovate at that point of time, they would have updated into a digital photos. They would be a leader at some point of time, right? But they never innovated. So, like once this is one important quality that an entrepreneur need to have, right? This is one. If you don't innovate, you will be perished. You will be no more in the market. So the important quality to be an entrepreneur is to innovate always, right? This is really important. Self-discipline. So in majority of the time, people say, so your discipline or your habits makes you. Say for example, you are sitting with people who have chit chat or who have gossip at 5 to 6. Go and sit with them. At some point of time, you be that. Say for example, you start sitting with someone who is thunder. So somebody is drinking. What happens? At a course of time, you become alcoholic. So your habits makes what you are. Somebody you don't smoke, but you are going with some person who is actually smoking. At some point of time, you become a passive smoker. After that you become a smoker. That's what happened in real time. This is what happened. So like what is that one habit? So once you adopt these kind of good habits, you become self-disciplined, and then that can be one of the greatest quality to become an entrepreneur. So always adopt good habits. I'll give you one more principle called 80-20 rule. So have you heard of this 80-20 rule? Say for example, in our phones, how many contacts we see? Somewhere around 1,000. In people who do a lot of network, they'll have somewhere around 1,500 to 2,000 contacts. But how many do you really call on a regular basis? You hardly call 20 to 30 people on a regular basis. Your employees, or like your colleagues, or your mom and dad. You might be having 2,000 contacts, but you hardly call only those 20. So 80% you don't basically call them. In the same example, in your Facebook, you might be having 1,600. Some people have 2,000 contacts. Sir like Mohan Krishna sir might be having, since he network a lot, he might be having so many contacts. But how many people you basically keep in touch? You hardly keep in touch on a regular basis, those 20. In our world economy, if you see, in majority of our rich people, hardly 20% of the people will have 80% of these people's money. Say for example, if you are a student, what do? You are given 365 days, but you basically study at the last 2 or 3 days, right? You hardly study at those 2 or 3 days. So you are given 100 days, but you will work out only with those 20%. So always have this 20% rule. Say for example, iPhone sells so many products. iPhone have earphones, iPhone have iPads, iPhone have, Apple company has laptops. But what is that one product that basically goes in the market? The highest going market is iPhones. So 80% of their revenue gets only from that product, that single product, that is only that 20. So always have what is that focus. focus on that 20%. What is that you are good at it? So what is that good habit that you can adopt? So focus on that. So always have that. Once you adopt to those good habits, you become much more self-disciplined. If you are on 8, you have to be on 8. Why entrepreneurs need to have that self-discipline? Say, for example, you have got a 10 lakh deal and you present somewhere around, you are supposed to be there at 8 o'clock and you are there at 8:30. So the investor or the prospect got pissed off and he left. So this is what happens, like once you are not disciplined. So always have the discipline. So this is one more important quality as an entrepreneur you need to have, right? So this is another quality, attitude. People say attitude. Say, for example, what are all the 3 glasses? There is can someone tell me? Can just someone unmute and tell me?
One is full.
Okay.
Second, the other one
Okay.
half, and
Okay.
the first one is completely empty or very little.
Okay, fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful, man. Can anyone try? Give a try. What?
There is water in all the glasses.
Fantastic, sir. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. That is called optimistic thinking. So I'll tell you. So this last one, which is there, some people say this is empty, but I say as a positive or an optimistic person, this is also full. This is full with air, right? This may not be with water, but this is with air. So in entrepreneurship journey, even though when you don't have anything, you have to be with a positive attitude. You might be collapsed, you might be ruined, just because, like, say, for example, you started a business and say, for example, a COVID has hit, everybody were locked down. Nobody were moving out. What is that one innovative thought that they have come out? They started, basically, they were very optimistic. They said, like, this is an essential commodity. They were using sanitizer. You will place that box very outside of your door and they will leave. After that, you can go and pick up. They did not just sit at home because everybody was sitting at home. Let me sit at home. Nobody cannot work out. There will be situations that comes into your time. Like, you need to have that positive thinking. So always attitude that matters a lot. So you need to always have that optimistic thinking. You cannot say that it don't work, say it will not have, my employees are not cooperating, it will not work. It will not work because the market is not working. Stalin government or Jagan government is not good. See, that will not make anything. That hardly makes a small difference. But there are people who are making good business, right? So attitude matters a lot. Even this basically comes when you are in a painful situation. Always an entrepreneur need to have a positive attitude. He cannot have a pessimistic attitude. He cannot say nothing works out. Nothing will work out. So you will always need to have this kind of attitude. Passion. This is one that basically drives you. So once you start a business, like, this is the only quality that drives you. Irrespective, you might be falling, you might be anchoring into losses, but your passion will only drives you. Take an example of Elon Musk. At some point of time, he was bankrupted. Almost he was incurring losses. We all know this company called SpaceX, right? Tesla. They were all incurring losses, but his passion, which was driving him. So when you want to start a business, your idea is not to just to sow a small plant and make it into a tree. Your idea has to be to make a forest, not to just have a tree. So that has to be your ideology. That has to be your passion. Your idea is to create a long empire, to create a big empire, to create employment, or to solve this problem. Take an example of Thomas Alva Edison, or like his passion at some point of time is to create a bulb, is to create light. That was his passion. Take an example of our Gopinath that we were discussing, the CEO of Deccan Airways. His passion was to make at least 1 billion of people to fly, poor people to fly. That is his his idea, his goal. Only his passion was basically driving him. So this is one more important quality that every entrepreneur need to have. This never give up. You should not give up, because giving up is very easy. Some people might say, oh, why I need to be rich. Some people just like that, I don't care for money. Money is not a bigger thing. Show me, create money and then give it as a charity and prove that. Don't say without earning, because we will not have that right. Because people who cannot earn money, people who cannot make money, they just come up with these reasons. I don't care for money because my heart is more. So you need to have, people say that when people say that, you have to say that, you create money and then give it as a charity. Don't just say that, I don't care for money. So you come up with an example, you come up with a story. We all as human beings, we always come up with story. Because we cannot achieve that, because I cannot go to abroad, because I cannot make this much of amount. I basically push, the government is not good, the polity is not good, Indian society is not good. You basically push, you basically come up with some story. Because giving up is very easy. You can just say, you can just blame someone. Because my employees are not good, I can wind up. My boss is not good. Or, my parents is not encouraging. There are several people who have come up on their own this thing. So never ever give up. When you fail also, never give up. But when you have that passion, this is one important quality when you want to be an entrepreneur, because you are all going to face that at some point. There are different challenges that are going to come up when you want to be an entrepreneur. So now the floor is open. What are all the other qualities that are needed to be an entrepreneur? So I taught you some of the important qualities that are basically required. So I would request the members to please add some more. What do you think? What are all the other different qualities that are needed? Can someone just...
Being upright, sir.
Being, what is that?
Upright.
Upright?
Honest.
Can you just elaborate, ma'am?
Honest, being honest.
Fantastic. Being honest. You have to honest for yourself and also for your fellow people. Fantastic. Wonderful, ma'am.
Empathy. Ramaswamy from Bellur.
Empathy. Fantastic. You need to have empathy to your fellow people or to your fellow employees. Sometimes. Yes, sir. Fantastic, sir. Wonderful. Fantastic. What are all the other qualities? I mean, if you have anything, you can even type giving back to the society. Yes, fantastic. Yes, that is what JRD Tata and Infosys people, yeah, they're all doing. Giving back to the society. When you have so much amount, when you have earned so much, you have to give back to the society. True, fantastic. That is one more good quality what entrepreneur need to have. You should not be selfish, right?
A risk taker must be a risk taker.
Yes, ma'am.
Must be a risk taker.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Sorry, I'm not audible. I'm saying that the person must be a risk taker.
Risk taker. Yes, he need to take risk, because entrepreneurship journey itself is risk. You have to invest. Sometimes you have to invest money. We are going to discuss what are all the risks that are going to be involved. Fantastic, ma'am. Wonderful point. Yes, that is one. We have to have that risk-taking ability. Fantastic. That has to be one important quality an entrepreneur need to have. Fantastic. Anyone want to add some more?
Updation in his field, sir. Updation.
He have to update himself. If you don't update, you will be perished. Fantastic, ma'am. Yes, you have to update. This has to be one of the important qualities. Fantastic. Yes. That's it. Fantastic.
Should know about his competitors.
You
should
have
know
to
the
be
strengths
above
and
your
weakness of
competitor.
the
You have to watch.
competitors.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, you are saying something, ma'am. Yeah. Fantastic, fantastic. Big round of applause for your contribution. So now we are going to discuss what are all the set of questions that you need to ask when you are an entrepreneur, when you want to be an entrepreneur. So all these days you are an employee, now you want to be an entrepreneur. What are all the set of questions that they need to ask? The first question, am I ready to cut my salaries to become an entrepreneur? Because in our lives, like we all have, say for example, we bought a good house, we have EMIs to pay. The first thing where you want to leave the job and you want to start your journey, are you ready to sacrifice your house or EMIs at some point of time? Like once your journey, your passion is driving your entrepreneur journey, but like you might need some amount at some point of time. You might need to sell your house. Take an example of Infosys, Narayan Murthy. His wife have given her gold to lend it to a bank and got money. So are you that one person? Are you ready to take that salary cuts? Are you ready to sell your house or car to become an entrepreneur? So ask this set of questions if you want to be an entrepreneur. Say for example, would it be okay to travel in an economy class? When you are an employee, you might be in a very high profile job. You might be traveling in a business class, first class, business class, because your company is basically giving you a lot of frills, where you can fly in a business class. You got adopted to business class. Once you are an entrepreneur, you have to burn your own pockets. Are you that one person who can travel on an economy class? Are you one that person who can even, like since you are already sold your car, you have to take a walk or you have to take an auto? Are you that one person who can do that? Would it be fine for you to travel in a train without a like a reservation? Because without a ticket, a TC will not allow, right? So you have to travel in you might be adopted to AC, but you are running out of money. You have a limited budget. So you need to ask these questions. Am I okay? See, this is one problem, like you started your business, because you have very little savings that you are putting onto your business. And once you open your Facebook or Instagram, your friend in US are posting with an app with something X, and he is on a vacation. But you as a person, you have limited budget because you are going on your passion. You should not feel that he is on this thing. Why should I burn my, like, is it really needed for me? Is it okay? Like, is it okay to, am I okay with friends who are making more than me? Because your friend is making a lakh, you might, at that point of time, you may not make profits, but your vision is basically for a longer time. So are you okay with that? If your friends are also making more, are you okay with that? Because some people have that, this is not correct. You work for 1 year, this company is not working, my friends are making more, I'm much more worried. If that is your point, I don't think so. You are basically that being an entrepreneur, that should not be your choice. Some people, the company starts within garage. You might be, when you are an employee, you might be sitting in a AC hall, AC, like with when you call a peon, he'll be coming, like whatever is needed, he'll be giving it to you. But when you start your company, you will be with a limited budget. Are you okay to start a company in a garage with a second-hand furniture? There are companies which have started just like in a garage. the Kiran Majumdar Shah's Biocon, which has started in a garage. Steve Jobs' Apple, which was started in the garage. If Steve Jobs was thinking, why should I be in a garage and sitting? I can be a employee. I mean, will it create that empire now? It will not, right? Sometimes, you know, like, are you ready to make your own phone calls? See, you are with a very limited budget. You are very with a limited resource. You cannot hire an employee at some point of time. You have to make your own phone calls. Are you ready to do that? So these are the set of questions you need to ask. Sometimes, you know, like when you are working, you have an enemy or you have your colleague who don't support you. But once you start your company, you have a need because he has a good connect with some MRF company or some X company. You need to talk. So you have to leave your ego and you have to talk to your ex-employee. Are you that one person who don't have that ego? And you can talk to your friend. If that is your question, you need to ask these set of questions. So people, you know, like I have seen several people, you know, like they come up with an exit plan. Arey, I'm doing this job. Okay, I'll start this company. Once if this company doesn't work, again I'll go to the job. Right or no? Yes or no? You can type it in this chat box. Majority of them, you keep hearing, I'll try this job. I'll try this company. If this doesn't work, I'll go into a job. Or you see, you know, like people, you know, like people keep doing this. I'll be working from 9 to 6, and after that, 2 hours I'll spend for my company. You keep hearing parallelly, I will start. Never it will happen. Parallelly, I'll run the company. Parallelly, I'll do this job. I'll create an empire. It will never happen. You keep hearing, right? Somebody who is working and they want to start, it will never agree. Fantastic. A lot of people do that. You cannot. I mean, you might earn a very small money, but the qualities that I was talking about, the vision that you have, that will not be achieved for sure. You need to take that risk. You have to give a quit. You cannot sail on 2 boats. You can only sail on 1 boat. You cannot keep your leg on one boat and the other leg on another boat. That can never happen. And people who come with an exit plan, you plan for failure. If this doesn't work, I will go and join in a job. If that is your mindset, and if you start your company, you have planned to exit at some point of time. Never ever in your life, where if you want to start a company, don't come up with an exit plan. It will not work out. The next one is, we all know this company called Sony, right? What does Sony do? You can type in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and tell. What does Sony do? What does Sony manufacture? Sony company, we all keep hearing, right? What does Sony company manufacture? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Electrical and electron.
Electrical and electronics. Fantastic. TV, mobiles. Yes, that's what they do. Do you know what Sony, a TV, camera, mobiles? Fantastic. What does Sony initially manufacture? Sony have manufactured
Radio.
No, sir. Sorry. Sony have manufactured cooker. In Japan, if you go and see in the museum, Sony's gadgets, the first thing what Sony manufacture is cooker. It did not go well, and then they diversify. So once you start a company, if it did not click, you have to diversify. What else can I make? But giving up, exiting will not make any sense. We all heard this company called Nokia. Nokia used to manufacture phones, but do you know what a Finland company? Nokia is a Finland company. This basically company which manufacture, in the initial days, it used to manufacture tires. rubber tires. So Nokia, at the course of time, the Nokia tires did not go well. So they have diversified, they have jumped into this thing. So when you start, see, your agenda has to be in the business. What is that problem you can solve? That has to be your mindset. So since this did not click out, so they were into electronic gadgets. So you always need to have this kind of attitude. If you fail, never give up or never exit. Change your plan. What else can I do? What else? How can I serve better? What can I make it better? But giving your exit plan, if that is your idea, I don't think so. And you can fit into entrepreneurship. These all you can see Steve Jobs. They have failed at one point of time. Edison, he have failed 1,000 times to invent a bulb. By the way, Edison is also an entrepreneur. He have invented so many things and he have done good business as well. So you need to have self-confidence. You might be failing several times, but you should not have that. You should not lose your confidence. You always need to have that strong confidence in you. Never ever have this kind of shame. Can I do this? Can I do that? I should not ask him. What will he feel if I ask him for business? I know my mama who is very good, very close to me. Can I ask business to him? Shamelessly, you have to ask for business. Because an entrepreneur should not have that shame. You have to leave that. So these are the set of questions that you need to ask when you want to be an entrepreneur, right? So the next we are going to see, this is also one of these set of questions that you ask yourself. Are you good at sales? Say for example, I'm not good at selling. I don't like selling at all because I don't want to talk to people. If this is your idea, I don't think so, because when you start your company, you are the first person who have to sell the first product. You have to sell your services. Because I don't want to talk to people, because I'm not liking sales. I don't think so. You can be an entrepreneur. You can learn selling skills, but if you don't like selling itself, I don't think so. Selling is an adaptable, or it's a learning skill that you can do. But if you don't like it at all, I don't think so. There is no company. We are all here because some company is selling to someone, right? Your mobile phone that you are using, if say for example you are using Samsung or Nokia or MI or Apple, if Apple guy he don't like sales at all, will that be possible? He can create that empire? No, he cannot. Do you like interacting with strangers? I can just talk to my friend because I know only one friend. Because I know only Nitya ji, I can only talk to him because I know only Harish ji. I talk to them, will my sale happen? No, it will not happen. It will not go in that way. When you start your company, you have to talk to strangers. Are you disciplined? You need to have that discipline. If you are not disciplined, start making a habit. Do it persistently. If you are not, you need to adopt if you want to be an entrepreneur. Because habits you can change. Discipline, because by adopting good habits, doing it persistently, you can become a self-disciplined. So people think that once you become an entrepreneur, I can do whatever I want to do because I am free. I can come at any point of time because I'm not an employee at any point of time now. I have started my own company. I can just come at 9:30, or if I come at 11 also, nobody bothers. People think I am free, but that freedom has come with a responsibility. You have to serve your customers. You have to take care of your employees. Freedom comes with a great responsibility. You can do anything, whatever because you are an employee, it will not work out. You have to do a lot of hard work. You need to be goal oriented. Because if you don't do that hard work, if you are not goal oriented, who is going to suffer? You are going to suffer, and your employees are going to suffer. You should not have that ego. You should not have. You need to leave those egos. Sometimes like people take it so personally. Say for example, this guy, say you got a criticism from your. I don't like your services. If I take it so personally, even you make the best product. Say for example, even Apple is the most innovative company. Even for them, criticism comes. Go to Apple. You can see on those Facebook pages or Instagram pages. Android is much better than Apple. This is a very bad phone. Even the best product will have some criticism. So don't take it personally. In what way can I improve? You need to have that attitude. In what way can I improve? In what way can I serve my customers better? This has to be your ideology. If you take it, if you are one person who takes everything to heart, I don't think so you can fit into entrepreneurship, because you have to face so many things. Your family members, they might say, this guy, he did not study well, or he is not a good person. How can he become an entrepreneur? If you take it, because you have a passion, if you take that into personally, you don't run the show, you cannot become an entrepreneur. So this has to be one more this thing. See anybody, like these are all, like Mark Jia, who is the person who is here. Mark Jia is the founder of Alibaba, the Chinese Amazon. He have made $1 billion. He have failed miserably. He have failed, like he did not qualify for KFC. Take an example of Elon Musk. Even he failed miserably several times. So like these are all people who you have to take an inspiration, right? So now like once you have answered these questions, some of you want to start a business, then this is the phase. Like you can set up a goal. What is that idea that you want to start? And in the early stages, you have to do a kind of market research. Will this product will happen or not? In the early stages, you have to having a product and make the first metric. The third, basically once you make a product, it goes into a market and you basically grow. And once you are growing into the market, you have to expand. If that doesn't work, you have to exit and you have to come up with a new plan. This is what in majority of the cases. I'll show you a small video.
What is it?
Is the video is? Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So did you all get a chance to see the video, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah. So success is walking from failure to failure without no loss of enthusiasm. So success will only come, like when you walk from failure to failure without losing the enthusiasm. That enthusiasm to become an entrepreneur, that enthusiasm to solve that problem has always be there, even you face a lot of failure in your life. You have to see failure as the beginning and the middle, but never entertain it as an end. Never give up. Never give up has to be your attitude. So with this, I would like to end the session. Thank you so much for the fantastic contribution that you people have made. Thank you for sharing your valuable, like the way that you are answering, promptly answering. Thank you so much for that. Over to you, ma'am.
Savitra, madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, JFS Aravind, sir. Really, it was indeed a great session where we have learned so many things. Being a woman entrepreneur, I had an opportunity to learn so many things in this, even in this one hour. So thank you for the opportunity. Definitely, we will be seeing the failure as the stepping stones to our success, sir.
So Aravind, sir, kindly stop the screen sharing, sir, please.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Any feedbacks or discussions are welcome.
I am Ramaswamy, national trainer. First of all, I would like to congratulate the trainer. He has extremely taken the class in the easiest way possible. And hats off to my entity as Guru, who was there to bless him, because he belongs to the same chapter. He is taking pains to come and bless him. That shows his interest on his members. And he has taken the class in a beautiful way. And all the videos were really good. And PPT was also really good. I'm very proud that he is not only a zone trainer, he can become a national trainer also. My best wishes to him. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Bahuguna from Zone 16, an aspiring national trainer. So, yeah, the one who has spoken just before me, sir has just sent me the promotion of your training program, and I saw Sir Ratnam sir tomorrow's pilot, and I just want to hear his words. So I just attended, and really I feel like I have got many. I'm just associated with you, and I have got so many friends, and I really loved the session, Aravind sir. As Ramaswamy sir told you, I felt like it's you are not a zone trainer. Of course, you are beyond that. I just don't want to limit you with a national trainer even. So it was amazing, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, good evening, everyone present here. Myself, Mohan Harish. Thank you so much for a wonderful session. And before that, we used to have a very good brainstorming within us for more than, I think so, more than half an hour, I think so. And we were both discussing about the topics, how what to do, and what are the how the topics can be framed like that way. And it was after the brainstorming session only we got an insight that the topic name was E2E. And before that, our chief guest, he has published the topic. So otherwise it will be an very good brainstorming sessions it will be going on. Anyhow, it was a wonderful session, Aravind sir, and it was a very good association with Aravind sir last year. I do remember it in Vizag, and they were the host NTTS, and his presentation over there was an amazing one, and that gives him a very good appreciation and the promotion as a president of Walter. And thank you so much, sir. And don't limit yourself. And this is not only for the purpose of assignments. Even Delta Entrepreneurs and JCI, even today's president, host president, she has, even though she was a provisional zone trainer, now she has earned the portfolio as in leadership skills, and excellently the madam is doing it. And thank you so much for host president as well as today's trainer. And thank you so much. Keep going and growing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, Ramasamy sir has raised his
Hey,
hand.
incidentally, KV Ratnam sir's first batch of NTTS participant. So kindly, those who are attending tomorrow's NTTS, kindly convey my best, my pranams to him. Because I thought of seeing him since I was coming in the train, I missed him. So kindly convey my pranams to him, because I am very proud to say that I am associated with him from 2006, and he molded me again at Cochin. So I still remember those good days, and I wish all the NTTS trainers who are going for tomorrow to come out with flying colors.
Thank you.
Whomsoever it may be, they have
Thank
to
you
come
so
with the flying colors. We are waiting with the garland to receive them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
And
so
today
much.
I'm here because of you, Ramasamy sir, and thank you for this great opportunity. You are the one who has sent me the
Yeah,
promotion. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
President, you can handle this floor.
I just, before President, I just want to thank, I just want to thank Delta and Entrepreneurs Federation. Thank you so much for the giving me the opportunity. I need to thank you, President Pavitra ji. Thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity that you have given it to me. I need to thank JC Salem Super Kings team for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Most important person that I need to thank is Mohan Krishna sir. Thank you so much, Mohan Hari sir. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me an opportunity, and you have been following up so many times. Thank you so much. I was running here and there because my projects are going on. I need to thank today's chief guest, KV Ratnam sir. It's a great privilege and honor to have you, sir. Thank you so much. I know you are busy with your NTTS schedule, but thanks for taking time.
Teju, open man.
And I need to thank you all wonderful participants for taking time and attending. I wish you all best and success. And I need to congratulate the all aspirants of NTTS and wish you all good luck. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Any observations by the faculty is most welcome, sir.
The participants were tremendous. The participation was excellent. People were participating. They were responding. So appreciations to all the participants. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Tomorrow's news by Vice President about the upcoming training program.
Yes, regarding tomorrow's training program, you will be receiving surprise flyers and a very good topic. And tomorrow also a provisional zone trainer, he is going to take it. Thank you for the opportunity, Madam President.
Thank you, sir. It's time for vote of thanks, and I thank Delta Entrepreneurs Club and Tamerica TV for giving this opportunity to host this today's event. I thank our chief guest, JCA Senator KV Ratnam sir for his gracious presence, and today's faculty JFS Aravind Bandru sir, who has taken a very lively session with the interactive participants. I thank all the members of Delta Entrepreneurs and America TV for being with us throughout the session and giving this opportunity on the 697th day of training session. Thank you so much. Hereby, 697th day of training by Delta Entrepreneurs Club, America TV, jointly with JC Salem Super Kings, hereby adjourned for further proceedings. Thank you, sir. Mute இருக்குங்க sir.
So sorry. Hand over the floor to Gandhi Lenin sir, please.
Sir, I just want to add, like I need to congratulate the whole team, like handling these many trainings is not an easy thing, like that too in a very consecutive manner, like day to day. That's not an easy thing. I need to congratulate for the tremendous selfless efforts that you are putting in. Thank you so much, sir. You're doing a wonderful job. I need to congratulate the whole team. This became an inspiration, like as a president, I mean, I never thought, like to have these many sessions with the trainers. Fantastic, sir. Fantastic work you are doing.
Thank you, G. Thank you. Very excellent training for our platform. Very fine PPT presentation and clear flow. Thank you. Super explain and other including NLP oriented some message getting your training. Thank you very much. Thanks to all. President, ரொம்ப சூப்பரா இந்த லீடர்ஷிப் குவாலிட்டியை ஏற்று ரொம்ப சிறப்பா அந்த ப்ரோக்ராமை பண்ணி கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க. தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். நமது ட்ரெயினரோட ஒப்புதலோடும் தங்களின் ஒப்புதலோடும் டெல்டா தலைவரின் ஒப்புதலோடும் நமது விருந்தினர் கெஸ்டோட ஒப்புதலோடும் நிகழ்வை இனிதே நிறைவு செய்கின்றோம். அன்பு நன்றி, வணக்கம். Pilot G, end.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
End. Pilot G.